Good morning, and welcome to NHSN. I'm Dan DeVette.
And I'm Sarah McFadden. I don't know what's been in America's water lately, but the past couple of weeks, there have been several instances in which public figures have shown a lack of civility and decorum. Don't you agree, Dan?
Oh yeah, definitely.
In other words, they have acted way out of line. First, during President Obama's speech to Congress on healthcare reform, South Carolina Congressman Joe Wilson spoke inappropriately.
You lie.
This was the first time that the House of Representatives has disciplined one of its members for speaking out during a presidential speech to Congress, passing a House resolution that disapproved of his behavior.
If you're an avid tennis watcher, like myself, you may have caught Serena Williams' controversial reaction to a point called during a game. Her hissy fit included some threats and a good dose of profanity. The call that resulted in this temper tantrum cost Serena the whole match and eventually $10,500. To many, her reputation has been tarnished.
Lastly, there was the incident at the MTV Video Music Awards in which Kanye West ran onto the stage in the middle of Taylor Swift's acceptance speech, grabbed her mic, and told the audience that Beyonce deserved that award instead.
Okay, hold on. Sarah? Sarah, I know that, hey, you're doing a great job, and I'll let you go back to your news anchor position, but I just want to do a little shout out to Michelle, because she had a great year last year. So I don't want to take away your glory, but, just Michelle, you did great.
Poor Taylor. Needless to say, the audience gave Kanye the boos he deserved. Even Obama called the act really inappropriate. These public figures are admired by the young people all over the country, and it is a shame to see them acting this way. Now that you're a senior, Dan, you're looked up to by underclassmen here at NHS. What's better? You can drive to school. Did you get a parking pass?
Yes, because I've had my license for years. We asked students and staff for facts and opinions regarding the parking procedure.
They've waited 4 years. Finally, the class of 2010 is now able to park in the upper senior lot. Well, some of them. They must have a red pass sticker to do so. Passes were $25, and students entered a lottery to determine which half of the year they would receive upper lot parking. Assistant Principal Dr. Hogan said students are satisfied with the outcome of this lottery.
And everyone got what they wanted.
He said there may be a second lottery for more upper lot spaces later in the year, once they figure out how many spaces are available, combined with the number of new licensed drivers. Some students who have upper lot parking now dread making the trek up the hill in the winter, especially if there are available parking spots closer to the school. Several of them proposed solutions which could allow seniors to park close to the school all year.
There could be spaces in the old staff lot designated specifically for students. This would give students the opportunity to have upper lot parking the entire year.
Dr. Hogan remains open to the discussion of this issue.
That's a discussion that's been ongoing with the faculty, and I'm certainly willing to continue that discussion. I mean, I feel that we should be using as many of the available parking spots as possible.
Of course, if students are not satisfied with the parking they have received, they might have another option.
Even if you do drive to school, you should probably walk if you live close enough, because it's good for the environment and it's a lot less hectic out there.
Reporting for NHSN, I'm Michelle Block.
Thanks, and remember that if you live close to school, there's always the option to walk to school rather than drive. Speaking of conserving resources, check out this week's tip from the Needham High School Environmental Club.
Over its entire life, a microwave oven will likely use more power just plugged in and sitting idle than it will actually cooking your food. What can you do to prevent this? Shut down and unplug your electronics. Make small changes to use and pay for less energy. You can shut down your computer when you're not using it. Also, you can plug your cell phone and other electronics into power strips to turn several devices off with one switch. Sports has started having games and meets, and they've done a great job of getting us psyched up. Take a look at different psychs and what people have to say about them.
Psychs are fun, and they're a way to help team spirit.
I think psychs are a great way, raise team spirit and let everyone know when you have like a game or a meet or whatever.
I'll talk about psychs, but first I want to make this clear. This is not a psych. I just enjoy this.
Some kids get really into it.
I like to show off my ankles sometimes because I think that's one of my better features.
I don't.
It's always kind of funny when we see guys walking around in rollerblades or something like that.
When you're doing a psych, you got to make sure that as a team you're unified and that you're all ridiculous together. You can't just be ridiculous by yourself.
It's sometimes frustrating when people decide not to do them.
It's a good way to embrace your fellow schoolmate.
And even if you look ridiculous, you're having fun, you're growing closer to your team. So I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Fun. Holds us together.
I look pretty good. That's what I've gotten over the day. People say I look pretty good.
But if they come distracting to learning, then that's a little bit of an issue.
If you're a junior, then listen up. The school will be holding PSATs on October 17th. Registration takes place Tuesday, September 28th through Friday, October 2nd, directly after school in the cafeteria. The cost is $26, checks only, made payable to Needham High School. You will receive a practice booklet at the time of registration.
It's great to see we have such amazing school spirit. Now let's go to Eric Feldman and see how our sports teams did this past week.
Thanks, guys. Welcome back to sports. I'm Eric Feldman. After getting their first win of the season against Dedham, the football team traveled to Braintree to take on the Womps in the second game of the season. This is a big game for the Rockets against their Cary Division rivals. Let's see how they did.
Needham versus Braintree at Braintree here. Kevin Brennan backing up to pass here and looking for Kerry Hecker for the touchdown. Needham goes up 7-0 early in this one. This is Kerry's third touchdown of the season in just the second game. He looks to be on a roll. Kevin Brennan again backing up in the pocket here in the fourth quarter. Looks for Kerry again down the middle of the field. Kerry's second touchdown of the game, fourth of the season, and the Rockets go up 14-0 on the Womps. They look to have complete control of this one. Now Braintree coming back, looking for Christian Fox down the middle, touchdown. Braintree cuts the lead to 21-7. The Rockets still were in complete control. On the next kickoff, Braintree looks to be setting up for the onside kick. It's a beautiful onside kick, but Rockets waiting for it. Takes a funny Braintree bounce, and Braintree jumps on it. They would get the ball, and the Rockets were getting a little nervous here. As they recover, Braintree recovers. Here comes Mahoney for Braintree, gets the bad snap, goes deep to Joe Donovan. He makes the catch, and Braintree cuts the lead to 21-14 now with a few minutes left in the game. Here's Mahoney again looking to tie the game. Braintree rolling out, going deep, and Ross Burdett with the interception for the Rockets. And the Rockets win 21-14, going to 2-0 on the season.
Last Friday, the boys soccer team took on rival Wellesley at home in their third game of the season. The Rockets look to continue their hot start. Let's see how they did.
Needham versus Wellesley. Here, Fisher with the can't make the play. O'Brien gets the steal and puts it in for Wellesley. That was really their only shot of this game. But Needham would control the rest of the game here. Eli Temple with the shot blocked. But there's Needham's best chance to score. The Ryan Hagan hitting it off the crossbar. That's unfortunate for Needham as they would lose to Wellesley 1-0.
My thoughts on the season are that I want to win the state tournament and have a good time, practice hard. Just a good time. Alright, if I didn't play a sport, if I didn't play soccer, I'd play football, I'd be on the D-line.
That's all for sports this week. Tune in next week for more updates. Back to you guys.
Thanks, guys. That's all the news we have for this week. See you next week.
For facts and opinions regarding the parking procedure.
Okay, I think we need to do this over.
I think there's a spelling mistake, unless I can't read.
I couldn't.
Hey, all right, sorry. Yeah, can we also switch procedure?
Doesn't matter. We're done with procedure now.
I'm sorry. I just broke it down.
You're such a woman.
I'm not.
Woman.
Serving resources. Check out this tips. Oh my God! I hate this bloody teleprompter. All right, let's.